Hi, my name is Bebe Shin. I'm going to introduce a breakthrough tool in computational biology. Came out last year. It was used to find out the protein's binding site on DNA. It's called DeepBind. So here's the interface of DeepBind database. The users can search for a protein and find their binding site. For example, one example here is ALX1. It binds on the DNA on TAA. As you all know, we have a very long genome. So human genome is like 3 billion of base pairs long. It's all ATCG. And you may also know that we have around 20,000 proteins, and part of them can bind on the DNA and regulate the occurrence of the diseases. So understanding where those proteins bind in the DNA is very important. And fortunately, right now, the biotechnology can help us narrow down the binding site for a specific protein. For example, here the input data usually look like this. On the right side, there's segments of the DNA, which are usually hundreds of base pairs. And on the left side, there's the relative affinity of how strong those proteins can bind to each segment of DNA. And our goal is to find those rectangles, which are the possible binding sites. With this goal, DeepBind used deep convolutional neural networks. So as I said, the input data is the segments of DNA sequence like ATCGs, and then through convolution layers, rectification, pooling, and the neural networks, the deep convolutional neural network can finally give the user all the rectangles in the input segments. There are 3 advantages of using deep learning models here. So first, deep learning models can handle the computational demanding problem. So here, the input data, the amount of data is usually millions of segments. The deep learning model can take in these millions of segments at the same time with GPU. The second advantage is the deep learning models, they can tolerate moderate noises. The third advantage is the deep learning models, they can learn these whole parameters and train the model automatically without much prior knowledge. And so far, you may realize the input segments are deterministic, then the environment is certain. However, here the uncertainty comes from the model. Since the DeepBind, this application uses dropout technique to avoid the exponential amount of parameters to train and also to avoid overfitting. So I'm going to zoom in this part in tomorrow's post section. See you there, and thank you for your attention.